First off, for the people who don't know me yet, my name is Victor Bell. I've been investing in real estate for, like Ruben said, 2 decades. That's crazy. Today's actually my birthday. I get to spend that time with you guys. So I appreciate it. I've done over $59 million worth of real estate transactions myself and with partners. And it's actually a lot more than that because I've negotiated a lot of deals with other partners of mine. In my full real estate, because there's residential, there's multifamily, there's commercial, there's retail, there's office, there's industrial, there's raw land, things like that. My own personal experience is that the multifamily real estate investing is the easiest asset class first to understand. Usually if you're coming from residential, you're going to transfer into that. It makes sense. It's just a basic lease. Someone's paying you rent every month. And at some point, we've all been a tenant. Whether your parents were a tenant, somebody who's a tenant, whatever the case would be, you understand being able to just simply say, look, I rent here, I pay the landlord or the property owner, and that's it. So it's very easy to understand as an asset class. There's what did we say? 3 things. There's really 6, but I wanted to really talk about 3. The first thing for me is the easiest piece to this asset is this cash flow. The cash flow process for multifamily is extremely easy. So number one reason why I tell investors that they should focus on multifamily as an investment, right, is the ability to be able to generate cash flow. It makes sense. So when you invest in multifamily, really you're getting paid to wait, right? So just like any other thing, like your cash flow, and just like in all businesses, is the lifeblood of your business. The same way it's the lifeblood of any multifamily property. So, and I want to be clear on something. For you guys that are out there investing in 2 families and 4 families, that's good. You can do that. But I want to really push your brain around investing in money in multifamily and to removing the risk and to just go up a notch. Like if you could start off 16, 30 units, 40 units, 50 units and above, then do that and or invest with somebody who knows. Because really what you're doing with your money when you invest in an asset like this, you're actually buying or investing in its cash flow. And the more cash flow it has, the better. The more units it has, the more cash flow it has, the better for you and your investment. All right. So I think that's probably that's the number one thing that you're going to look at when you're looking at any multifamily deal. Is it cash flowing? If it's not cash flowing, it's not a deal, right? It's a speculation thing. That's why I like this asset class. So the next thing, if you got, yeah, exactly, man. Cash flow is king. That's in business, multifamily, real estate, whatever. Like your ability to generate revenue, cash flow over and above your debt or your expenses. That's how wealth is really created, period. All right. So the next thing is the leverage. So typically in multifamily, real estate in general, especially if it's already a keyword cash flow, if it's generating revenue, then you should be able to leverage. So typically in multifamily, every dollar buys you $3, or every dollar controls $3 worth of real estate, right? So as it relates to financing and debt is concerned, if I have $1 million, typically I can get a $3 million asset. So, and sometimes it's 4. Every $1 buys you $4 worth of real estate, or every $1 million buys you $4 million worth of real estate. And right now, if you guys are paying attention to financing in the debt market, things like that, it might even be a little less, but usually my rule of thumb is $1 buys you $3. So that's the leverage, and that's good leverage, right? If you have a business, sometimes you have to work with what you have, but if you can get into an investment that's cash flowing, and you can also take advantage of leverage, which is $1 buys you $3. Man, that's crushing. So the next piece for us is the ability to scale. And when I'm talking about scale is what I'm saying before. It's the difference of saying, okay, I have one house with one tenant renting from me that pays me versus I have 100 tenants in one location that pays me. Which one do you rather have? So let's just take this in context away from real estate. If you buy a business from an owner that's been in business for, let's say it's a new business, been in business for 10 years. Would you rather have that business every month have 100 paying customers that are qualified to pay and they do it like clockwork for years? Or would you rather have one customer that comes in every month that pays you, that's it? But you're thinking about buying this business. That is the difference of scale. So if you can buy one property, or you can buy one property with one tenant, or one property with 100 tenants, or 200 tenants, or 400 tenants, that is the difference of being able to scale. The name of the game when you're investing is the quicker you can scale, the faster you create wealth for your own portfolio, for your creating generational wealth, and also in your income. All right. So it's what we're all really looking for. So the simplicity of like why invest in multifamily is easy. One, you're getting paid the way through cash flow. Two, you get leverage. So you're able to buy, your money actually buys you more or controls more in that space. And last but not least, your ability to scale faster by taking a look at the same asset. And now we're talking about apartment buildings and say, okay, do I want one tenant or do I want to buy a property or invest in a property that has 100 tenants? That's, for me, that's a no-brainer, right? Because now we're talking about being able to manage risk. Like you don't want to lose money. Like what is the investor's ethos? Don't lose money. That's number one. And everyone says it, but then you watch people invest in things that actually, speculate and that could put them in a situation to lose money because they're betting. I'm not a gambler. Even if I went to Vegas today, I wouldn't bet a dime. I would just go to the shows. So it's no different from looking at multifamily real estate for you guys. Yeah, definitely, man. The more tenants, the more cash flow. Exactly. And this is the easiest one to understand. And I believe personally it's the easiest one to get financing on as well. So, and this is just, again, I'm only going to speak on my experience, but this is why I believe investing your money in multifamily assets is the better bet. And it will always be that way. There's a shortage of housing and it's like millions of units need to be created. And I don't see that happening as our population continues to increase, as well as, baby boomers move into places that they just want a nice place, nice swimming pool with a nice gym that they don't have to do the yard and maintain the roof. And the 75 million or 76 million millennials, kind of like Ruben was saying, that are exiting the workforce, not because they're quitting their jobs, but because they can work from home and they can work from other locations. So why not have a multifamily place where people can work from that's nice? Again, gym, dog parks, different multi-million-dollar amenities that are there available for people. It's already happening. So if you're thinking about investing money into multifamily or thinking about investing in a fund like what we have that invests in multifamily, or you're going to invest with a partner because you're syndication or you're part of a syndication, whatever that is, this is the belle of the ball, and it will be for such a long time. It's never failed people, and it'll continue to be what it is for a really long time as well, as long as we keep growing as people. So people will always need a place to live.